the fall armyworm. It's a pest that's been really devastating our crops. It's been causing a lot of damage to our crops. So farmers have been affected tremendously by the pest, in that their production has reduced as well as the income. And then they've been using a lot of pesticides, which have been unsafe, which are not safe for the environment. They are toxic even to the humans as well as the animal life. So now there are some innovations that are being promoted which are eco-friendly. That is, they are safe to the animals as well as the humans and the soils. So we have four innovations that are being promoted, which are being shown here. So as you had asked, this is the push-pull technology. Push-pull. So it uses the push and the pull concept. So there are two crops that are involved here. We have the push crop, which is the Desmodium, which is planted in between the maize crop, which is our staple crop in Zambia. So that is a push crop. So the push crop produces scents which is not friendly to the adult moth. So it pushes away the moth. Instead of the moth laying its eggs on the maize, it is pushed away. Then around the field, we have the grass, which is known as Brachiaria grass, which is the pull crop. So it traps the fall armyworm moth. It will lay its eggs on the grass. Then once the eggs hatch into larvae, it does not support the growth due to the hairs. Because if you were to touch, you can feel the difference between the maize itself as well as the grass. Then you can... Yes.
Oh, yes.
How does it feel?
This is more hairy.
Yeah, it's more hairy because hairs.
So because of the hairs, it will not grow. Okay. It does not support the growth. So the fall armyworm larvae will die.
Okay. Wow,
So that's what happens here. That's what is happening. Then there are also other benefits that we have. So this is a legume crop. So it fixes nitrogen in the soil. And that nitrogen is utilized by the maize.
Okay.
Because we all know nitrogen is a nutrient which is required by the maize. So the maize will use the nitrogen. And then it also covers the soil. It covers the soil, so that ensures that moisture is retained. It's like a cover crop on the soils, yes.
I have a follow-up question.
Yeah, sure.
You wanted to do?
No, you can go ahead.
How accessible is this this plant to a local farmer? How easily can they access it? I'm thinking about somebody in the rural area who might be not have so much financial capacity. Yeah, but then how do they access this? Is it something that grows naturally in the bush, or you have to?
Currently, it's not commercially available.
Okay.
So what is happening is the Zambian Agricultural Research Institute has the seed. Okay. So what we do is we work with our farmers, and then they'll be able to produce it. It's a perennial crop. Okay. So that means it can go on like year in, year out. Okay. You still have it next year. So what we have, we are also engaging some women groups who are producing it, like they have nurseries. Okay. Then that is the one that is being used to other farmers. So if you as a farmer have been given this, she also wants to do the push-pull. She can actually come and get some vines from you, and then she can also plant it. Then the other benefit is that, which I didn't mention earlier on, is that both crops are very good feed for animals. They are very nutritious for animals. So it's a perennial crop. It's very aggressive in its growing, especially the grass. So you can actually cut it, trim it off, and be able to feed your animals. Okay. Yes.
I know that there is a program which is called Farmer Input Support Program, Zambia. But then I'm wondering, this is a very good innovation, and it would be good if it is incorporated into that support program. Is there anything under discussion that will actually allow the government to uptake this innovation and upscale it, like throughout the country?
I'll go back then. Yes. When we were hit by the pest, because it was first reported in Zambia in 2016. The government had been trying by all means to ensure that our crop is protected. Yeah. So they had been supplying our farmers with a lot of chemicals. So as years went on, the government has been reducing their chemicals that are being supplied. And what they want is to promote these technologies among our farmers. So this is what is being done. Okay. Like we are actually going on the ground to our farmers. So all those farmers that it's not like we are specific, we target all the farmers that are there, whether they are under FSIP or not, so that we promote these technologies among them, because the chemicals that are being given might not sustain all of them. And the chemicals that are being given, it's not like they are under FSIP, it's not being selective. The chemicals are being given to all farmers.
You have anything there like to show how the armyworm looks like? But I have an idea that
You have an idea.
it is very devastating. You know, it destroy a lot of
Yes.
crops.
So I'm
Yes.
very curious about this thing over here.
So the trap is basically being used for monitoring purpose. So what we do is we set up a trap in a farmer's field. Yes. Then this is going to give us a guide as to the incidences of the fall armyworm in the area. So there's a pheromone which is inside. So this one produces a scent which attracts the male moth, the adult moth. So it produces a female scent. It mimics a female scent. So the male is attracted, thinking there's a female in somewhere here. So the male will come in and then it gets in there and then it is trapped. So this is just for monitoring purpose. We are able to know whether we have the fall armyworm or not in our area. So this is what it's used for early warning purposes and surveillance. So we have these that have been set up in different areas around the country.
I have one last question. In fact,
Sure.
what about the females? So the females, they will not affect the plants in any way, because this is only a trap for the males, right? So what about the females?
So the whole idea is to reduce the male population so that fertilization does not take place. Yes. So that even if they are to lay eggs, they will not be fertilized, so they will not be able to hatch.
Okay, that makes
Yes.
sense. Thank you so
Then
much.
we also have the parasitoids and the biopesticides.
Okay. What are these for?
So for the parasitoids, we are promoting biological control. It's also a control method where we use a living organism to kill another living organism. So these are parasitoids. So basically, these will lay their eggs.
Is it harmful? I can touch it?
You can touch it, no problem, no problem. So we have two parasitoids. We have one egg parasitoids, which is the Telenomus ramus. It's an egg parasitoid. So this one will lay its eggs in the fall armyworm egg. That's where it's going to lay its eggs.
Okay.
Yes. So once it does that, it will start feeding on the eggs, on its host. Then it will eventually kill it. By the time it hatches, the eggs will not be able to hatch.
Okay.
Then we also have the Cortesia, this one. This one is a larvae parasitoid. So this one lays its eggs into the larvae. This one, it will lay its eggs into the larvae. So once it's there, it feeds on the host, then it eventually kills it. So then that also helps in reducing the populations. Yes. So this in the government is aiming at promoting IPM strategy, integrated pest management, where we have different, a combination of different management options. Yes, so we can combine all this. We can have this. We also use the parasitoids in managing the populations.
Okay.
And this reduces the use of the chemicals.
Interesting. We would want to see what is in here. What are these?
Okay. So this is the adult moth. So this is how they look like, the moth.
Okay.
Yes. So these are the adults. The life cycle has 4 stages. The adult moth will lay its eggs. These ones, maybe you can help me.
Okay.
These are the eggs. Then pupa. And we have the larvae. There are some, actually they are alive. There's one which is alive in here. So it's feeding, these are maize. This one is alive. I don't know if you can tell.
Yes.
Yeah, this one is alive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and through the partnership that we have, we actually came up with a manual,
Okay.
an IPM manual that is being used.
Do you have some sample?
Currently we don't, but it can be accessed through the QR codes. Yes. So for those that would like to have it, you can actually scan, and you have access to the IPM manual.